Hey everybody, I'm Zombie Johnny, and today we are going to be taking a look at the most fucking epic comic book ever written. This is Old Man Logan.
Wolverine, Old Man Logan was written by Mark Millar and illustrated by Steve McNiven. Old Man Logan was originally published in 2008. The story begins with Logan coming home to his farm on horseback. Logan talks to his family about the hardships of this new dystopian future. In this existence, the world is run by the Hulk Gang, a group of inbred Hulk grandkids of Bruce Banner. They come to his family farm to collect their rent on his land. Logan can't pay up, so the Hulks decide to give him a beating he won't forget. Logan's son puts an end to the beating by threatening them with a gun. The Hulks stop and they leave the farm, warning Logan that he better pay double the rent the next time, or everyone dies. While Logan is recovering, a blind Hawkeye gives him a business proposition. Hawkeye needs to get across the country to deliver a package, but there is a huge payoff if the job is completed. Logan accepts. He can't pass on an opportunity to make some serious cash. Logan says goodbye to his family, then Logan and Hawkeye load up and set out. This is where the adventure begins.
What a story. I really don't know what else to say. This is a badass story. This is the Wolverine I've always wanted. This is how Wolverine should be. Now, my background with Wolverine is a little fractured, but of course Wolverine was always and has always been my favorite X-Men. I know it's such an obvious choice, but come on, what isn't there to like? He's Canadian. He has regenerating powers, a badass attitude, those thick mutton chops, and a chiseled chin. Don't even get me started on the claws. Who can forget about the claws? When I was younger, I remember reading comic books with Wolverine and he had bone claws. That's pretty much all that I can remember from them, but I do know that I was quite young when I read it. So I really know nothing of the Marvel Universe, and I might take a little flack for this, but I don't really mind. I'm not a person who has really dove deep into the Marvel Universe because it just never really piqued my interest. I mean, of course there was a couple characters that I was interested in, which is Deadpool when I was really young because of the art style, and I was always really keen on Venom as well. One of the main reasons is both Deadpool and Venom looked really cool, and they were fairly violent in comparison to many of the Marvel titles. On that note, Old Man Logan is exactly that. It's violent. I don't know what it is, but ever since I was a teenager, I have always been drawn to gratuitous violence. Old Man Logan is filled with gratuitous violence. 14 pages into this comic, it is unapologetic with violence. Wolverine, Hawkeye, and pretty much every character they come across is spattered in blood at some point in the story. Now let's talk about that. The story was written by Mark Millar. Millar is obviously a big fan of gratuitous violence because one of his other hit series, Kick-Ass, is just that. Millar has a very long bibliography, working for major comic book companies like DC, Marvel, and Image. Millar is also the writer behind the Marvel Civil War series. He is noted as being a major inspiration towards the Avengers movie. Civil War and Old Man Logan are two of Marvel's biggest selling storylines. Millar was perfectly suited as the writer for this story. Now, speaking about film, I was going to talk about the Logan film that came out in 2017. But overall, the film only took inspiration from the comic, and the film really follows its own storyline. So, Logan is just loosely based off the Old Man Logan comic. Now, on to the artwork. Steve McNiven's art is absolutely stunning. As far as I can tell, he starts his illustrations with a pencil sketch and then he pulls it into Photoshop to ink and colorize. Speaking of the color, it is really something amazing. It has texture, grit, feeling, and is perfectly suited for this story. I went through this book in roughly 2 hours. A lot of that time I was ramming the book into my face to examine the fine point inking and coloring work. McNiven was also perfectly suited for this story. The version that I purchased was the hardcover version. I believe I paid around $40 Canadian for it, which I find is a very reasonable price for what you're getting. Overall, this is one Wolverine story that you shouldn't pass on. It's truly badass. Total page count, 224. Total volumes, 1 hardcover graphic novel. Total score, 5 out of 5. This is a must-own comic. Thank you so much once again for watching. You guys are amazing. I've been loving the support. I can't thank everyone enough. I feel like I in some ways I don't deserve this. I mean, I'm just doing this as a fun little project for myself. It helps with writing and being creative and editing and all the things that I enjoy. So thank you so much once again. I'm hoping once again we're gonna hit that 400 this year. Come on, give me the 400. Come on guys, we can do this. I know we can. I have a great challenge planned, like I mentioned in the other review. So hopefully we can do this. I think we can. You guys are amazing. You have supported me through all these years. So we can do this. I know we can. I hope everyone was safe and, you know, they had a happy holiday season, and, you know, things are getting heated and crazy out there again. So I hope we can all band together and still continue to be supportive of one another and help each other out. And, you know, let's just stay safe out there. Peace and love. Just as a final note, I would like to say that I do have a few things planned for the channel. I am planning on doing something along the lines of a comic book manga collection video to show everyone that, like, what do they call that? A shelfie? I'll give you guys a shelfie, and we'll take a look at the things that I own and some of my collectibles. I've kind of, you know, glossed over that a little bit through my reviews, but I think it would be fun to do something like that. I also have quite a few figures and statuettes and things and collectibles, things along that line. So I'm planning on putting out a couple videos like that. So look forward to those, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Happy New Year 2022. Peace.